Can I send you?
No, I've never thought of it. If you message this place, the other one, oh, she's online. She said you need to message her. So use Google Play. Just use whatever you got to do. Watching the video. Come to find out.
Huh? No. I'm sure you can.
Was it in room service?
I went to the office. After when they start taking like sort of we're standing at the edge of the stage.
No, you're gonna stand right in front. Literally on the stage. Basically.
Hold it. Are you holding it down? Yeah, we know. That's what I'm gonna do.
You ask at this stage to either put yourself on off or on silent, please. Thank you. Please stand.
Good morning, everyone. Please be seated. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the school, academic faculty, members of the management team, parents, and boys. Today we are here to praise and recognize the extraordinary achievements of those who have worked hard and have obtained excellent results, and what better time to do so on the back of an excellent set of achievements. It is commendable that the E25, our largest intake thus far, achieved 95% university entrance rate, the highest since 2022. 179 candidates achieved 488 distinctions, with an average distinction rate of 2.7 per pupil. This is the highest number of distinctions in 5 years and the second highest in 10 years. The group average was 72.3%. 53 boys had an average of above 80%, 12 of whom averaged above 90%. 28 students achieved a full house of 7 A symbols. Of this group, 2 achieved 10 distinctions, 4 achieved 9 A symbols, 13 boys achieved 8, and 9 achieved 7. Special mention was go to Sebastian Steer, who came top of the grade with an average of 94.5% for his top 7 subjects, and achieved 99% in further studies maths and in his NSC mathematics, and 98% for physical science. He achieved a distinction in all of his 9 subjects, 5 of which were above 90%. Second was Jamie Wynn with an average of 93%, and third was Thomas Gordon with a 92% average. This was an outstanding result across the breadth of the matric group. It's a testament to the hard work of the group of educators who take their work seriously and have built a solid foundation of academic understanding over the course of 5 years. Also indicative of a group that raised the bar in terms of school involvement and support. To maintain excellent results whilst being fully immersed in the school's broad extracurricular program speaks of balance and self-discipline. It is ultimately a testament to meticulous planning and dogged follow by the academic head and his team and the subject leaders and our excellent educators. This result also lays down the gauntlet for E26. You've achieved 100% pass rate in at least one assessment period so far, and that then means that you can do it again. You have come across the term self-fulfilling prophecy. Put simply, a self-fulfilling prophecy occurs when an expectation develops, and even if it is wrong, people begin to behave as if it were true. By behaving this way, they actually cause their expectations to be fulfilled. It is not rocket science to realize in the field of education that when the culture of a system tolerates low expectations and mediocrity, that the system is doomed to failure. In his book, Great South African Teachers, Professor Jansen says, as stories come rolling in from across the country for our Great South African Teachers book, I'm struck by one thing, that many black professionals who are chartered accountants, medical scientists, or corporate lawyers tell of attending ordinary public schools under apartheid, often in rural areas, and having teachers at the time who, despite the desperate poverty and inequality, held high expectations of their learners. There was no compromising on academic standards. There was homework every day. There was punishment for low performance, and there was constant motivation to rise above your circumstances. I mentioned this observation to bring home the message that application and determination trump circumstances time and again. The most important measure of student success is not necessarily found in A aggregates, but whether a boy realizes academic potential and whether the school helped him to unlock this realization. Today at this assembly, we show that Rondebosch values high expectations. There is a simple rule on display here today: application and determination lead to good results. Learning to do it right again and again is what makes the great performances we celebrate here today. To those boys who will receive recognition for serious application, well done. The simple rule on display: application leads to good results. We're very proud of these young academics and all who have supported their quest to grow higher and wider. I'm now going to hand over to Mrs. Skinoni, I think, for the giving out of the prizes.
Good morning, ladies, gentlemen, staff, parents, and Rondebosch learners. I will now read out the 2025 prize winner list. Please give your applaud after each award. In grade 8, for first in grade 8, Andrew Meldau. Second in grade 8, Lancelot Osborne. Third in grade 8, Joshua Dobington. Moving on to grade 9, first place is awarded to Asher Miller. Second place and the Marjorie Clark Prize for Music goes to Caleb Brainerd. Third in grade 9, Jake Gritzmacher. The shared Alex Class Prize for English to Nicholas Cox. The other recipient of the Alex Clark Prize for English, as well as the Alex Class Prize for Mathematics, is Finn Williams. Moving on to grade 10. The subject prize for English goes to Mujahid Davids. First in Afrikaans, George Nuttall. The top learner in isiXhosa, Siyamthanda Mafuya. For mathematics, further studies mathematics, life sciences, and physical sciences, James Brunt. The top learner in mathematical literacy, Alexander Lay. First in accounting, Luke Smith. For business studies, Shane Hart. The top learner in drama, Mbongeni Ndaba. The top prize in economics is shared between Uzair Essa and Zaid Kadra. In engineering, graphics, and design, Jonathan Neal. For geography, Zaid Kadra. The top learner in history, Cameron Edwards. For information technology, Christopher Williamson. The music prize is shared between three learners, Joseph Linder, Dante Moore, and Liam Finicka. And the last prize for grade 10 for visual arts goes to Neo Goodall. Moving on to our grade 11 subject prize winners. For English, Luca Warburg. For Afrikaans, Christian Maketse. For mathematics, further studies mathematics and physical sciences, Daniel Weber. For mathematical literacy in grade 11, the prize is shared between Oliver Roach and Liam Walton. For accounting, Shazad Khan. The top learner in business studies, Uthman Khan. For drama, Aidan van Oosteren. For economics, the prize is shared between Alexander Beneke, Christian van Wyk, and Daniel Weber. The top learner in engineering, graphics, and design, Mohsin Parker. For marine sciences, Samuel Little. First in geography, David Weber. First in history, Matt Poe. The Information Technology Prize is shared between Joseph Feast and Mohsin Parker. And our Life Sciences Prize is shared between Timothy Short and Christian van Wyk. For music, Jude Bailey. And our top student in visual arts is Oliver May. We now move on to our scholarships and awards. These learners will not come up onto stage, but please can we applaud at the end of each category. The Colton Lloyd Education Trust scholarships go to Ligan Fortain, Prince Ngbabalu, Seth Matanda, and Jehoshaphat Nayesh. Our academic scholarships go to Leon Rahl and Suleiman Bacha. Academic Distinctions Awards were awarded to Alexander Beneke, Isa Huissen, Mohsin Parker, Timothy Short, Christian van Wyk, David Weber, and Daniel Weber. Our Sports Distinction Awards. For athletics, Logan Lennon. For cricket, Timothy Short. For hockey, Daniel Fisher, Ratla Musata, Aaron Spiller. For rowing, Nicholas Ellis and Joshua Smith. For squash, Joseph Feast and Dylan Keswell. For swimming, Andrew Gilbert and Nicholas Trower. And for water polo, Noah Ryback. Our Cultural Distinction Awards, all awarded for drama, go to Christchurch Chipchoke, Tariq Stemmet, and Aidan van Oosteren. And and our Service Distinction Awards goes to Oliver Cancel Smith for First Aid and Sound and Lighting. For our final category of special awards, we will again applaud after each individual. The trophy for the best debater goes to Sasha Merrigan. The Andrew Ford Trophy for Jazz to Franco van Vliet. The Emilio Ferreira Trophy for Music to Junsheng Yang. The Marco Bagley Memorial Award. This is awarded to a grade 8 pupil who has shown overall ability and involvement in a variety of sports offered at the school, and who has also displayed a high level of enthusiasm and sportsmanship. This year, the award goes to Alec van der Merwe. Alec participated in under-14 athletics, winning both the 400-meter and 80-meter hurdles events at Athletics Day. He went on to represent the table-based zone and the Western Province Championships, where he progressed to the finals for the hurdles event. In winter, he played both for the under-14A hockey and rugby teams. In hockey, he was selected for the Western Province A side, where the team went on to win the interprovincial tournament. Alec is an exceptional athlete who indeed exhibits endless energy and has an enthusiastic and positive demeanor to staff, coaches, and peers. It is with pleasure that we award the Marco Bagley Memorial Award to Alec van der Merwe. The Hector Cletty Floating Trophy. This trophy is awarded to a grade 8 pupil for participation in school life, and this year the award goes to Adam Wegener. Adam is a strong academic, ranking in the top 30 of his grade. His sporting contributions include playing for the under-14B cricket and rugby teams, as well as showing excellent leadership as captain of the cricket and vice-captain of the rugby teams. Culturally, Adam has excelled. After joining the junior jazz band, he was soon moved up to the senior jazz band and is an active member of the concert band. Notably, he also played for the cheerleaders band at various fixtures, an impressive achievement for a grade 8. Adam is a friendly, willing student whose positive attitude has allowed him to thrive. We are proud to award this trophy to a valued member. Adam. The Martin Barker Shield, awarded to a grade 9. This year, the award goes to Gregory Scott. Academically, Greg produces work of a high standard and has participated in the South African Maths Olympiad and the Australian Maths Composition. He is an enthusiastic sportsman who participated in hockey, water polo, and athletics, and was a member of the mountain biking team. In culture, Gregory was a dedicated member of the Media Society, taking over 1,500 photos at school events throughout the year. However, it is in the area of service that Gregory has been most involved. He is an integral member of the Outreach Society, participating in various projects throughout the year. Furthermore, he manned the tech table for both water polo and hockey fixtures and has umpired numerous hockey games. In all of this, Greg's character stands out. He is respectful, friendly, and diligent, and a proactive member who volunteers wherever help is needed. This high level of contribution that he makes in all spheres of Rondebosch life makes him a fitting recipient of the Martin Barker Shield. Gregory The Arthur Benedel Shield, given to a grade 10 learner. This year, the award is shared between Dante Moore and George Nuttall. In selecting the recipients, it proved impossible to separate these two young men, as they both contribute so completely to the ethos of Rondebosch Boys High. Dante has achieved excellence across all pillars. Academically, he's placed third in the grade. On the sports field, he's excelled as a key member of the under-16 hockey team, earning Western Province and then South African colours, and represented the first team in water polo. Culturally, Dante is a staple of the music department as a member of the gig, jazz, and concert bands. He played the last post on Remembrance Day and has performed at the Makanda Jazz Festival. His commitment also extends to service, where he was part of the water polo tech table team. George is equally as impressive, placing in the top 15 of the grade and participating in the Afrikaans Maths and Science Olympiads. An avid runner, he competed in athletics and cross-country, notably placing third in the Cableweight Challenge. George balances this with culture as a violinist in the string ensemble and a member of the choir. A dedicated service to school, he is also a member of the Outreach Society, a linesman for the under-16 rugby team, and undertook community work during the tour to Nepal. Beyond their impressive list of accolades, both Dante and George remain upstanding Bosch students who demonstrate a steadfast value system. It is with great pleasure that we award the Arthur Bennedell Shield to Dante Moore and George Nuttall. Our last award for this morning is the G.H. Broster Trophy, awarded to a grade 11 learner. This year, the award is presented to Christwish Chipochi. A well-rounded and dedicated student, Christwish is a consistent academic performer. He represented the school in the UCT Maths competition and progressed to the second round of the South African Maths Olympiad. His contributions continue in the extramural program, where he captained the first basketball team and played for the second football team. On top of this, he volunteers for the basketball tech table and often trains up the younger learners to do so. In the cultural sphere, he serves as head of the Ubuntu Society and displayed significant creative leadership, winning the Best Director Award for the Inter-House Plays. Christwish is a natural leader. His election to the Rondebosch Council of Learners in the pastoral portfolio is a true testament to his character. Trustworthy and reliable, he possesses the ability to motivate those around him to aim higher and wider. Because he holds himself and his team to such a high standard, he has earned the deep respect of peers and staff alike. It is with pleasure that we award the G.H. Broster Trophy to Christwish Chipochi. Thank you. We will now listen to Franco van Vedek perform There Is No Greater Love by Isham Jones. He'll be accompanied by Mr. de Kock on piano and Mr. Beitendach on the bass guitar.
Franco. Excellent. Traditionally, our speaker at prize giving is a staff member, and we try over the years to place all of our senior management and HODs on the stage. Somehow Dr. Tebus has managed to avoid being put on the spot for some time. Dr. Tebus has been a full-time member of the staff of the school for nearly 40 years. Over this time, Dr. Tebus has established himself as a highly competent teacher of both senior and junior life sciences. His pupils' results reflect the carefully prepared lessons and sound guidance that he imparts. In his earlier years at the school, Dr. Tebus was actively involved in research focused on aerobic energy supply and the adaptability of these energy supply systems, initially working towards a master's degree in the laboratories of Professor Tim Noakes. Later, in 1992, he attained a doctorate which focused on the metabolic profiles of moderately obese female subjects in a quest to unravel the complex question of fat reduction. The other hats he has worn have been as physical education teacher and first-team rugby coach, as well as coaching cricket and water polo. He was boarding house superintendent from 1995 and an HOD, a position to which he was appointed in 2004. And then he was pastoral deputy from 2014. As a sports coach, he was regularly responsible for 18s, and his coaching has always been characterized by sound knowledge of the game and the well-balanced ethical outlook which he instills in his players. He has served as a member of our management committee and our senior staff group, as well as the school governing body for a good number of years. His contributions in these arenas have been both considered and sensible. Dr. Tebus was one of the initiators of the Bosch journey, and much of its structure has been designed by him. Since handing the management over to Mrs. Stark, he has continued to look after a particular passion of his, the outreach element at Groenberg School. He is also responsible for the concept of grade leadership days, and he plotted and planned these with an eye to growing cohesion at the school and a sense of individual responsibility. In all of these roles, Dr. Tebus was managerially highly effective and has always been fair, firm, and friendly. It is therefore not surprising that he's held in high regard by members of the Rondebosch community. His extensive experience on the sports field in his time as boarding superintendent have served to build excellent relationships with generations of Rondebosch boys. Sadly, Dr. Tebus must retire at the end of this year, and he has decided to spend his last period in the classroom and to hand over the management reins to the next generation. However, Dr. Gibbs will find it difficult not to get involved in management matters after so many years. He will share his valuable insight with the new kids on the block and thereby ensure that his legacy continues. I give you Dr. Neil Gibbs.
Thank you, Mr. Simpson, for those kind words. I wish you had been at supper last night where my daughter gave her perspective on why the headmaster bestowed this opportunity on me. Effectively, she said, well, obviously everyone that he had asked had said, no, thank you. I mean, why would they ask you anyway? All you do is teach a bit of bio and use the school pool. So the mother and the daughter at home, they give me a hard time. I'm surrounded by females. I think I know the cats, the dog, the bird, I think the fish, they're all female. And the moods are never in sync. There's always a meltdown somewhere. According to Einstein, some men spend a lifetime in an attempt to understand the complexities of women. Others preoccupy themselves with the simpler tasks, such as understanding the theory of relativity. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys. Today we honor the boys that in 2025 achieved academic excellence. Your diligence, perseverance, and hard work have paid off. And this function is a celebration of your achievements. Being seated in these front rows, we acknowledge the effort that you have put in, often when nobody was watching, the challenges you faced, and the determination you showed in striving for success. You have demonstrated that you have the qualities required to achieve academic excellence. Every one of you has shown that success comes from hard work, discipline, curiosity, and self-belief. Hopefully, this is not the end of your academic journey, and merely a stepping stone along a path to even greater things. There are, however, many boys seated in this hall that displayed exactly the same, perhaps even better qualities last year, and you will not be getting a prize this year. Your effort matters just as much. Every attempt to strive for excellence is a step towards growth, and today's experience will shape tomorrow's success. A few years ago, the then headmaster of Kingswood College announced that the finest result in matric that year was an F symbol school leaving certificate for a non-academic girl. The worst in his opinion was a B aggregate for a very bright boy that achieved 1 A and 5 Bs. The girl's result was a triumph of effort on her part and skill on the part of the teachers. The B aggregate by the boy was disappointing, considering that he had got straight A's in the September mock exam. It is Winston Churchill who said, success is not final and failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts. I wish to take tribute to all boys that achieved their personal goals, academic or otherwise, in 2025. It's a great privilege to have the opportunity to address you today and share a few thoughts. And perhaps if you allow me to reminisce a bit about the 40 years that I've spent at this fine institution. I had absolutely no intention of being a teacher. I wanted to lecture at varsity, and after leaving school, for some reason, I took a teaching bursary, which meant that I had to work for the government, for the WCD, for 4 years, or like Jacob, pay back the money. On graduation after my studies, I only had a panel van, a surfboard, and a spaniel to my name, so paying back the money was not an option. And I had applied at 2 schools, Wynberg and Bosch. Thank goodness the headmaster, then headmaster of Wonderbosch, phoned me about an hour before Wynberg. And I often wonder how my life would have turned out if the calls had been reversed. On arriving in Cape Town, being unfamiliar with Bosch, I remember driving around looking for this landmark, and I couldn't find it. And driving down Canada Avenue, this narrow little residential road, I thought, well, there's no way that such a prestigious school can be situated down this narrow alleyway. But once I drove through the gates, a world opened up to me that I was simply in awe of. The quality of learner, the boys, the iconic stuff, the fields, the trees, the squirrels, the owls, and of course the crew. All of it appealed to me. And the 4 years that I've had in January 1987 when I started here, this year that has turned into 40 years. The 4 years I looked at is a bit of a sentence, but the 40 years, certainly I've loved every second of it. At school, I did enjoy bio. I had a great bio teacher called Mrs. Crowder. I think at the time I thought she was about 400 years old. But it's only after I left school that I realized what a profound effect she had on me. Her lessons were passionate, and she was really passionate about her subject, and I really loved being in her class. So what is it that is so special about teaching? I have here a pebble from my favorite fly fishing stream. These are shaped over time by water rushing over them and through friction with surrounding stones. The pebbles are touched only once by passing water, yet over time, the water has a profound effect on the shape of the pebble. Teaching is similar but different. Educators are afforded multiple daily interactive opportunities, allowing the educator to guide, nurture, and influence young men, effectively shaping them like the pebble. It's a scary prospect because it entails great responsibility. What other profession allows one access to the minds of young people, hopefully to leave a lasting positive impression, give direction, and provide some guidance? Teaching is about turning boys into men. Yesterday I was going for a swim, and as I walked under an oak tree, a squirrel dropped this little acorn next to me. I think I'll go give it back to it later today, because it looked at me quite inquisitively. But this grows into an enormous tree, provided that you have the right conditions, planted in the right conditions. And so it is with you, a tiny acorn into a giant oak, turning boys into men, hopefully good oaks, resistant oaks, tough oaks, oaks that make a difference. In the 40 years that I've had at the school, I've had the opportunity to meet, I calculated about 7,200 boys, like 34,000 interactive opportunities that I've had, including Max and Andrew last year, my grade 8 class. And over time, it has dawned on me how truly blessed we are as educators. There's a beautiful quotation by Barbara Dion, a Senegalese philosopher, that reads as follows: in the end, we will conserve only what we love, and we love what we understand, and we understand what we are taught. So teaching is important, but fly fishing is important too. I know Dr. Q and the English department won't approve of that, so let me correct that. Fly fishing is more important. I've had the privilege of working alongside numerous iconic staff over the years, many legends in education. If you look at them, all serious and intellectual in their academic lines, but I can tell you behind the scenes, it's a completely different story. Looking at the clock here, in my early days of teaching, functions like this always had illegal staff gambling behind the scenes, and I'm pretty sure it's still the case. I'm sure Hollywood bets and Betway SA were probably founded here. Staff would you place a mandatory bet with a book? You probably missed the bingo. How long this speech would be? And then the staff member that was closest to the correct time would take the entire pool. If Mr. Eds looks like a high roller. Put you out of your misery. This speech is exactly 13 minutes and 52 seconds. You're more than halfway, so just hang in there. Friends, I'd like to share a few thoughts with you and hopefully provide you with a few takeaways to carry with you on your journey into your future. So what have I learned? The only true wisdom, according to Einstein, is knowing that you know nothing. I remember in Gallagher many years ago, my 2.5-year-old daughter standing at the bottom of the staircase, waving a little finger at me, saying, "What do you think you know?" Well, nothing's changed. I still know nothing. Information is not knowledge. The only source of knowledge is experience. You need experience to gain wisdom. You have to be open to learning, open to change, and open to becoming a better version of yourself. And that applies every single day. Learning is the foundation, but it must be combined with experience, reflection, and ethical application to lead to wisdom. Knowledge provides the what, while wisdom is the how and the why. Wisdom is not the same as being the smartest person in class. It's not about knowing all the answers or getting the highest marks. Wisdom is how we use what we know. A wise person listens before speaking. A wise person learns from their mistakes. A wise person treats all equally and with kindness. Wisdom grows when you learn from teachers, when you learn from books, and most importantly, learn from life. I believe the person you will be in 5 years' time depends on the people that you spend time with, the books and blogs that you read. Both are inputs that shape your output. If you don't deliberately control your inputs, life will assign them for you randomly. Knowledge fills your mind, but wisdom shapes your character. Abraham Lincoln said that character is like a tree and your reputation is like a shadow. The shadow is what you think of it. The tree is the real thing. And I think we all know the world desperately needs people of strong character. So let's just be clear on a few things. Simply by attending Bosch and putting on a Bosch blazer, you won't become a great cricketer, nor will you automatically become a lawyer or an accountant by just being a Bosch graduate. Success is not guaranteed by putting on a Bosch blazer. To be successful, you need the aspiration, the drive, and the willingness to learn, specifically from your mistakes. Your life does not change through big moments. In reality, it changes through small decisions made repeatedly, often with very little thought. Accept this. We don't plan our future. We plan our actions today, and those actions shape our future. Everything we think about, we become. Through our actions, actions lead to behaviors, behaviors to a lifestyle, and a lifestyle determines your destiny. So everything is controlled by your mind. Your mind will determine your destiny. Effectively, your mind, but like the stone here, is the garden of your life. Your habits are the quiet stones that shape your path. Remember, James, excellence is a habit, not an event. One great performance means nothing if you can't replicate it. A great batsman has to replicate excellence every time that he steps up to the crease. That can only be done by combining innate talent with a strong work ethic, technical proficiency, mental resilience, and adaptability. I think the cricketers will all recognize the legends, the Laras, Tendulkars, Kallises, and Kohlis. These batsmen possess a solid, often textbook technique that provides a strong foundation for their success. This is application outside of cricket. Being consistent doesn't mean being perfect. It means showing up. Consistency is about direction, not perfection. Always choose consistency over intensity and reliability over brilliance. The person that shows up beats the person that shows off. The universe rewards action, not planning, not preparation, action. imperfect action beats perfect planning. Starting beats being polished. Gents, I'm old, but believe me, old age doesn't bring wisdom. It brings receipts. Every excuse that we make comes back as a receipt. Every excuse has a consequence. And every consequence comes at a cost. Over time, skills compound, excuses don't. Every day you practice, you get better. Every day with an excuse, you stay exactly the same. Imagine the gap over a 5-year period here at Bosch. Unfortunately, in the end, our excuses show up in a lack of work progress. It shows up in our bank accounts, in our bodies, and also in our relationships. Every risk that we avoid becomes a question that you cannot answer. In the end, we may wish that we were braver when it really mattered. Failure is feedback, it's not a verdict. You didn't fail, you discovered what did not work. That's progress. Every no gets you closer to a yes. Every mistake teaches you what not to do. Therefore, I suggest fail faster, learn quicker, and win sooner. The quality of your questions determine the quality of your life. Asking why is this happening to me creates the victimhood. What can I learn from this creates growth. It's important to ask better questions. Don't leave anything for later. Later the day turns into night, the coffee gets cold. Later we lose interest and people grow old. Later we regret doing something when we had the chance. Your competition isn't someone else. Your competition is your attitude, habit, discipline, and choices that you make on a daily basis. Remember, gents, everything worthwhile exists outside of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is a beautiful place where nothing grows. Everything meaningful exists outside of it. Every breakthrough required means stepping into discomfort. Every skill, every relationship, every achievement. Comfort is where dreams go to die. Discomfort is where they are born. Get comfortable with being uncomfortable. The ability to sit in discomfort without immediately trying to escape is a mental skill that improves every other skill. Discomfort also trains the same muscle, and it's crucial to build your discomfort tolerance. The difference, I think, between successful and people that are not isn't talent or being gifted. It's the tolerance of discomfort. Successful people are willing to be uncomfortable for longer. They're willing to sacrifice more. Let's not ask for a better burden, but rather for broader shoulders. We often ask for growth, so life gives us discomfort. We ask for success, it gives us sacrifice. You can't have the one without the other. More opportunities mean more responsibility. More ambition means less free time. Every choice comes at a cost. You can't ask for greatness and expect an easy passage. There's some hard realities in life, and I think we all know life's not fair. Things won't always go your own way. Failure is part of success. As tough as it may sound, in my opinion, men learn and mature through failure, pain, rejection, loss, disrespect, and heartbreak, not through age. It's not time related. The world will not wait for you. Time is precious, so don't waste it. Happiness is an inside job. No one is going to give you lasting peace except yourself. Remember, gents, hard as it may sound, nobody's coming to save you. Not your parents, not your present or future partners, not your future version of yourself. You are it. The cavalry is you. So, in closing, what matters in the end? I think when you get to my age, you do a lot of reflection. I think the things that matter most in life are not things, but the courage to live authentically, the wisdom to cherish relationships, and the understanding that the most precious things in life can't be bought or sold. Collect memories and moments, not things, and measure wealth in terms of lasting and happiness, rather than rands and cents. I've come to realize that happiness comes down to one thing: living in alignment with what truly matters to you. Not success or stuff, just a life that feels like yours. where your joy is not borrowed from somebody else's approval, and your worth is not hanging on to what you achieve next, because anything less is not really living. Perhaps it's simpler than we think. Maybe it's in the small acts of kindness we show one another, the courage to be vulnerable with someone we trust, or spending quality time in nature. I was extremely fortunate over the holidays to have 2 solo trips to my favorite fly fishing streams. And sleeping in a hammock next to a stream, for me, that's pure bliss. You've got to find what matters to you. A few final personal thoughts. Be the kind of man people can trust. And remember that manners will take you much further than money. Confidence comes from preparation. And we should never let fear stop us from trying. Stay true to yourself, no matter what. And don't waste your time impressing people that are the wrong people. So don't waste your time effectively on people that you shouldn't be impressing. Gents, Bosch remains an extraordinary place. Never forget that. And keep looking at your school the way you did when you drove to the gates the very first time. Because sooner or later, and sooner than you think, there will be a last time. Finally, remember that real strength is kindness, not power. Find inspiration from people that you admire and recognize the qualities that set them apart. Respect others and the earth. Find a passion and remember the journey is actually the destination. And don't forget to have fun along the way. I'll visit Martin.
Still remember your bio lesson, sir, and how I always had to take notes because everything you said always had meaning. This is not one of those lessons that we all needed to take notes of. Your wisdom, your loving personality, your 13 minutes and 52-second speeches will definitely be missed. Please accept this gift of appreciation.
Dr. Tielus speaks of iconic teachers and forgets that he's grown into being one. We'll now stand to sing the song.
Sempre natus nobis, alma mater glorias. Higher and higher we will grow, ever starting to know, lifting our heads to the setting sun. Broader and broader we will be, spreading around the charity, wide to the world as the years go by. Artis et partis, Abba nostra glorias, sempre natus nobis, alma mater glorias.
Please remain standing while the stage will continue.